Welcome to the lesson. In this lesson, we will set up all the user interfaces or pages for this project. First, let's stop the development server if it's running. I have prepared a template that consists of all the pages and also other files like CSS, fonts, and also images. I have included all these files in a zip file and attached it to this lesson. Download the file and then unzip it. Open the folder called Template Files. We are going to copy everything in this folder and then paste into the root folder of our project. Now let's get to the IDE. Our concern now is the files in the static folder. We will have to configure these files in the Nuxt.config file. The configuration is required so that these files are included in the HTML of our project. So let's open the Nuxt.config file and start setting things up. Let's change the title a bit and also the description. This is the way to include a CSS file. I'm using a Bulma CSS framework, so I'll include it here. All these files are coming from the static folder. The next one is custom styling. And I'm also using Font Awesome for the icons. This URL could be a full CDN or server URL. Can be something like that. But right here I'm only getting it from the static folder, so I only need a slash in front of the file. Next, we will include a JavaScript file. This is also coming from the static folder. We have configured all the files we need for the project, so it is time to start the development server. The server is up, so let's access the project on the browser. Now you can see the template that makes up the foundation of our project. Right now, it's only some HTML and CSS. We will work on it and turn it into a functional application. Take note of the URL. There is /login. This means there is login.vue file in the pages folder of our project. This is how Nuxt automatically sets up the routes of all our pages. Let's browse around a bit more and make sure things are okay. Now, let's take a look at the page source. You can see that The description that we configured in the Nuxt.config file is right here. The other files that we included are also here. Let's look at the Bulma CSS framework that we're using for this project. It's at bulma.io. You can refer to the documentation to learn more about it. Let's get back to the IDE and try to understand the layout code. Let's look at the default file in the layouts folder. This file is a container that would dynamically load our pages. It basically contains the header, the menu, and also the footer of our pages. So that is the spot where the pages are loaded. Now let's try to understand in general the standard features of code that we can do on a page or a component. Basically, we need to have an export statement and optionally some CSS code. But we don't have to do any CSS coding here since we have already included the CSS files that carry all our styling. The first thing is data. This is where we initialize the data that we use on our page. The next one is methods. It will contain a set of functions. Computed will contain a set of functions that will return computed values. Functions within the wash block would wash the computed methods and provide us with live updates of changes in value or data. Besides these, there are also components, mixins, middleware, and also the other lifecycle methods like created and mounted and so on. Lifecycle methods are roughly similar to a window on load in plain JavaScript or a document ready in jQuery. This has been a little intro for the things to come. We've already laid the foundation for our project. So, see you in the next lesson.